In this video, I'll be giving you 4 ways on how you forget someone. How do you actually forget someone you love, you used to love? How do you actually forget about somebody and move forward and stop texting them and stop calling them and stop interacting with them and just actually walk away? And how are you supposed to do that? In this video, sit back, sit tight, and I will tell you how to do it. Or I'll give you at least some tips and some heads up, because again, it's a hard task. But if you do follow these 4 steps, I really hope that you'll get better at it and you'll be able to mature and grow and go your way and find yourself throughout the process of losing friends and breaking up and all that stuff. So listen, let me just jump right into it. Number 1, you need to maintain 0 contact. You cannot text them, you cannot FaceTime them, you cannot email them, you cannot communicate with them in the slightest bit. If you are trying to forget about them, you have to move forward. You cannot go backwards. Every single time you text them, you are moving backwards. Every single time you call them and talk to them and hear their laugh and hear their expressions and hear the way they talk and hear all these things that you love about that person, you need to realize that that's bad for you. And you need to be like, you know what? I can't talk, I can't text, I can't communicate with this person. It is draining me. I need to move on. No updates on the person whatsoever. No contact. You need to move on. You need to say, you know what? I can't talk to this person because that random stranger Dylan Hannigan is right. It's setting me back. Every time you text them, you're going back. You know, it's like this. You know, you're like getting a little bit better every single week or every single day. You know, you're trying to forget about them and not talking to them. And the first time you talk to them, you're right back here. And then you go again, and then you talk to them again, you're right back here. It is an endless circle. You have to stop talking to them to forget about them. It's super important. Number 2, making a schedule and consistently following with it. You have to be able to make a schedule and you have to be able to follow that schedule. You have to be, you have to be waking up at a certain time. You have to be going to bed at a certain time, and you have to be going to the gym certain times, studying certain times, working certain times, going to school certain times, doing these things. You need to be able to have a schedule, follow it, be loyal to the schedule, and don't be loyal to somebody who's going to hurt you. Don't be loyal to the bad, negative energy thoughts in your head. Be loyal to the schedule you set. And if you set this schedule every single day, you're going to forget about her or him or anybody in your life. You're going to just remember the people that actually matter, that are a part of your schedule, like your family, your pets, your friends, the people that you love. And the people that are bad for you, it will get exposed, and you have to follow the schedule. Absolutely. You have to follow the schedule that you set. Make it, follow it. You got this. Number 3, feel the pain. Accept the pain. No, it's okay to be in pain. I feel like a lot of times when we try to forget about somebody, we're like, I just have to talk to them. I have to talk to them because it's so hard. I love them so much. We know it's hard. Everybody knows it's hard. And if you don't know, I'm telling you, when you love somebody and you break up and you can't see that person, you have to force yourself to forget. It's really hard to do it, but you have to accept that you're in that situation. Accept the pain, know the pain, and feel the pain. Be okay with the pain. Be okay to openly talk about it. Be okay with listening to music and crying. Be okay with just crying at random moments because you miss them so much. Be okay with it. The only way to actually forget about them is to cry it out, is to talk it out, is to be okay with not talking when you get sad. Eventually you'll stop getting sad and you'll have people in your life that are better and picking you up, and you're not going to be sad anymore. Cry it out, let it out. Do not ignore the pain, and do not let the pain take you for granted. Do not let the pain overtake you. Control the pain. You are you. Don't let the pain take over you. And number 4, you do not stalk them. You have to block them. A part of no contact is blocking them. You have to block them, or if you're not going to block them, you have to stay away from social media, their accounts. You have to not stalk them. You cannot ask their friends. You cannot ask their parents or friends of friends or whatever. You cannot ask teachers, or you can't ask bosses or anything. You cannot ask anyone about that person you're trying to forget, because if you're asking about that person, that means you want to get back in contact with that person, and that means you're never going to get to this side. You're always going to be going back here. You have to remember, you can absolutely not stalk them in any way possible. If you're curious, if you're wondering about what that person is doing, about what that person looks like, what that person is, what state that person is, or where in the world they are, you have to remember, you know what, I'm going to go listen to music. I'm going to go distract myself. You have to be strict with yourself. You have to have discipline. You have to remember, it's not my place to go check on that person's life. I'm done. This is how you forget someone. You have to make sure you do not contact them. You have to make sure you do not stalk them. You have to make sure that you feel and accept and be okay with the pain, acknowledge it, and do not let the pain take you down. And you have to make a schedule and follow it consistently. These are 4 little things. And there's so many more things you can do to forget someone. And I know how painful it can be, but trust me, if you are trying to forget them, you know your life would be better without them. So that's it. I appreciate you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe if you really enjoyed the video, because I make tons of content like this. But without further ado, I've been Dylan Hannigan, and I appreciate you watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.